Hey everyone, welcome back to some more Planescape Torment.
I'm gone.
It's been like a week since I last, or 2 weeks since I last played, I think. As a heads up, I'm having some problems with one of my eyes at the moment. I would still like to play the game, but it's like I have a permanent smudge in my left eye. If I can't read
All right.
the text efficiently, then I'm probably going to not record the game a little bit and
Done.
wait until I've recovered. Alright, so we're under attack. Let's taunt this guy.
These stinkers.
Damn.
Alright, one down. Two down. Awesome. Victory for us. Hey!
Okay.
Could use the stuff. We don't have any more bandages. How much are you down, Mort? Exactly 6. Do I have... I do have stitching. And... oh, it looks like these guys didn't all drop an item, though. Always search the ground carefully. It's really hard to do that, actually, when you're playing at the resolution I'm playing in. I'm sure it must have been easier to see this stuff before. Oh, we never entered the Center for Disease and Vermin Control?
Done.
Let's do that now, then. That's 3 tails?
What's up?
It's a wonder Hive isn't overrun
Good
again.
as done. Yeah?
I'm gone.
Another rat catcher dead. You see a squat man with rash-covered skin and several pustules covering his face. His clothes seem to mark him as some sort of an official, but they are dirty, wrinkled, and covered with rat hair. As you watch, he idly scratches himself with his stubby fingers. Greetings! Oh! The little man shrieks and jumps, startled. Clutching his heart, he takes a deep breath and pushes his spectacles up over his rash-ridden nose. Yes, yes, what is it that I can do for you? He scratches his nose and looks you up and down, studying your scars. Have little to nothing in the till, so if you have come to plunder the premises, this locale is ill-chosen. I'm not here to plunder the premises. Who are you? I am the respected Phineas T. Lort the 39th, in charge of this Hive branch of the Office for Vermin and Disease Control. It is my distinguished privilege, he scratches his chest and puffs up, to inform you that we, in the bureaucratic sense of the word we, meaning to encompass the Sigil bureaucracy as a whole, are accepting bounties on all manner of vermin and strays that infest the, he scratches again, fair streets of Sigil, hub of the multiverse, and the city which sits at the center of all things, the city by which all other cities are measured. Bounties.
Updated my journal.
Yes, yes. We, in the bureaucratic sense of the word, we, meaning to encompass the Sigil bureaucracy as a whole, are accepting tangible proof of the eradication of brain vermin, otherwise known as cranium rats, from the Hive area where they have clustered quite thickly for the past many years, as a recent census of the vermin population has shown. I am empowered by the Sigilian bureaucracy to pay a bounty of, he puffs up dramatically, 1 copper common per cranium rat delivered to my branch office. A cranium rat? Oh, yes, cranium rats are a species of vermin that become more intelligent the more of them are in close proximity to each other. 1 cranium rat alone is but a nuisance that chews at boards and burrows into food, but 5, 10 or more, and their intelligence grows until it surpasses even the intelligence of one such as myself. Scratching. He scratches, then sniffs disdainfully. I imagine that 2 or 3 cranium rats might be enough to outwit you, sir. Another comment like that, and you'll be wearing your ass as a hat. Fitness blinks. Your appearance seems to sink in at last. I withdraw my most inappropriate comment, especially in light of your recent assertion of dominance and physical superiority in this social situation. Tell me more about the cranium rats. The more of them there are in proximity, the more formidable they become. Some gain the ability to cast magical spells. They can resist magic effects hurled at them, and they can employ some cunning tactics. He pushed his spectacles up on his nose. As you can understand, we are anxious to reduce their numbers in Sigil. I see. Well, thanks for your time, then. Farewell. Okay, so he'll give us almost no money.
Good as done.
In order to return a cranium rat tail. We can do this multiple times. I seem to remember there's no easy way to return in a bunch of them, though. You have to click each individual tail, and we'll be getting a lot of tails, I think, as the game goes on.
Locked.
Oh, hello. Something's locked? Well, we're a thief.
Unlocked.
Nothing in there. I think we need to be careful, by the way. If you just go about and unlock people's stuff, they're likely to get upset about that. And wow, look at the boards. This place is warped. Oh, I wouldn't be comfortable being in this location. Oh, I thought this was locked. I thought we hovered... Oh.
Done.
Actually, I don't even know if it's locked. It's not locked. Okay.
I'm gone.
And there's just junk in that one. Alright, so... we have a door.
All right.
Let's check the door. I think the door is locked, though.
All right.
You will need a key. Okay, so we can't unlock that door. Fenris might have the key on him, but I don't have a high lockpick, I think. Right? I'm sorry, pickpocket. What is my pickpocket? It's like 30-something, maybe tops? 32. Yeah, we need another thief level. With most of that dumped into pick locks, if I want the chance to do that. Oh, hello.
What?
We're fighting again.
Good as done.
Damn.
Damn it.
Lots of critical misses. Alright, one of them dead.
All right.
Of course, going to taunt the one who's running.
Even 50 swigs of brandy
Damn.
would make you look good. What's up, Chief?
Done.
What's the word, Chief? Sure, why not? Sure, why not?
Okay, not bad. 3 dead blokes. I feel sorry for them.
All right.
Yeah, you should be able to handle most of the thugs in this place, I believe. All these little attacks are actually kind of useful to us, because we'll get treasure, like, you know, money and bracelets that we can sell, which will really help out our starting needs. I think we're also done in this area. This looks like an entrance, but there is no handle or means of opening it. There's a lot of Dabases down there. Dabases? Dabai? I really need to strip the sounds of this from this game. This is a beautiful sound of a city. Okay, we've been here before. That's right, we've been here slightly before. So this is where we talked to the thieves that waylaid the tattooed gentleman and took his prayer beads. We don't need to talk with those guys again, so let's just, I guess we'll check out... Oh, there's more this area. That's right, this is the barrier we saw before.
Okay.
You can go up there. Oh, these aren't... Oh, there are thugs up there, but he's not a thug. Much as this creature's body is a combination of man and ram, his head is a mix of sorts, with a broad flat nose, goat ears, and a pair of curling horns. Intricate designs are shaved into his dirty pelt, with a massive four-flanged pole arm hanging from his belt harness. He doesn't seem to notice you. Greetings! He turns to face you with startling speed, his eyes dark and suspicious of you. His voice is deep and rumbling, not quite human, and heavily accented. What do you want, Two Legs? His hand is close to his polearm. Only to speak with you. I had some questions. He seems to calm down. His hand drops away from his weapon. He still keeps a certain distance from you, however. What do you wish to ask me? Can you tell me about the city? He's silent for a moment, as if waiting for something more from you. What about the city? What is it, exactly? There? He looks up thoughtfully, tugging at his goat beard. It is in the Outlands, the center of the plains. But since you can't reach it from just about anywhere, Sigil is in more places than just that. You see? I think so, yes. What is this place, though? Why, it is a crossroads, Two Legs. Surely you know that all passes run through Sigil? Yes, I do. Let me ask you about something else. Why were you so wary of me? He seemed sad for a moment. This place, a wretched, unclean place, is full of unfriendly, sometimes desperate people. Not the best place for visiting barrier Two Legs, he shrugs. I have business here, though. And so, I am here. Visiting? You don't live here? The barrier shakes his head, laughing. No, Two Legs. No barrier could live in this. What sort of business were you here for? Another time, Two Legs. If we ever meet in a happier place, I shall tell you about it. Until another time, then. Farewell. Right, we can walk in here, though, so let's do that. Oh, looks like a storage place? Oh, there's a person here. Moving from box to box, this man seems to be totally immersed in counting boxes and scribbling results down on a parchment. He looks annoyed as you interrupt him. What is it now? Can't you see I'm busy taking inventory? Go bother someone else. Pardon me, sir. Is your name Quatra? Why, yes, it is. Well, I was told to deliver this box to you. Well, why didn't you say that in the first place? Let's see what you've got for me. I'm sure it'll need to be inventoried. Mar told me to give this to you. As you hold the box out for him to take, Quatra's expression turns from one of interest to one of that of intense horror. No, please, get it away from me. I don't understand. Why are you afraid of this box? I said get back, death, evil. Had to dupe Mar, who can take it anymore. Please, just take it to Braxton. Lives Southwest Hive. No! Apparently the sight of the box is just too much for him as he runs screaming from the building. Wait, what am I supposed to
Updated my
do
journal.
Well, this is probably a bad thing. I think we examined the box before, and it was a bit... How should I say this?
I'm gone.
Creepy. Okay, so I think
Done.
that gentleman was in the place we just left, so let's go back there and talk. I believe he was a gentleman who we entered his home, and he's like, get out of here! Like, why are you in my home? So, let's solve this.
What's up?
I'm gone.
Good as done. Did you see that?
I did. Well done, Moritz.
Sure, why not?
I'm gone. Done.
Might as well pick up all the loot. We're gonna need all of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's double back to the area we had been at. And go all the way to the east in order to talk to Briskin, was the gentleman's name? I have a hunch we're going to find out more about the box as we bring it to more people. Apparently it is cursed, alright? And when we examined it, it told us that we feel dread just looking at it. There's also that strange shimmering effect that happened when we took it from Mar. Oh, hello. There was some loot here. Oh, another one of the bodies. What was it? A rat tail. I'm sorry, a rat tail charm. reminds me we should add that to the others. We can get a lot of money for them. They're also useful as a thief in order to help us hide in the shadows, but right now I'm really interested in getting extra cash. This is not the right place.
Done.
I think this was the place. Nice looking castle he's living in. What? You again? Unless you have some business with me, I suggest you leave my house immediately. I was told to deliver this box into your care. Oh, his name is Braskin. Well, why didn't you say so? So I hand it over and you can be on your way. As you present the box to Braskin, his expression changes from one of anticipation to that of amusement. Whoa there! I won't fall for that trick a second time. Put that thing away and leave. I don't understand. Why won't anyone take this box? First Quatra, and now you. Did you say Quatra? Braskin lets out a great bellow of laughter. That's the fellow who bought the box off me. I thought he got the best of me when he bought it. I guess he figured the gem alone was worth more than the price he paid me. Poor fellow didn't realize what he got himself into till it was too late. What's so horrible about this box? You mean you really don't know anything about the box you're holding? Well, I guess it won't hurt to tell you what I know. First off, so you don't get any ideas in your head, the curse on that box only affects the current owner of the box. And to be the owner of the box, you have to willingly take possession of it. Well, there goes the idea of just leaving the box for someone else to find. So what's in the box? Now that is a good question. The box has been around the hive since anyone can remember. There are many rumors flying about. As you can imagine, over time the truth has been warped a little bit further with each retelling of the story. Go on. I've heard many a story about that box. They all seem to have a recurring theme. The name given to that foul thing is Morador's box. One does not just open the box to Morador. And the owner of the box will die should he or anyone else open it. As to the contents, who knows? Some say it's an ancient dragon, while others say it's the evil soul of Morador himself. I cannot tell for sure, but just looking at it, any soul can tell it's something evil, and one would have to be a fool to open it. What am I supposed to do with it? I would suggest you go see Shalandra. She lives in the northeastern region of the hive. It was from her that I won the box. Who knows? Maybe she'll have more knowledge of what to do with it. Or you can find some other clueless Burke to take it off your hands. It's up to you. I wish you luck.
Updated my journal.
Alright then.
Alright.
I think she will send us to another location that I don't want to go to yet, so we're going to go back east. And explore a little more of that area. I think the one tavern, another tavern is in there, and I believe we get another companion while we're over there, so I wouldn't mind having a third. Let's go ahead and do this. Really use a tout. Are you a tout? No.
I'm gone.
An angry hive dweller. A drunk? A harlot? Hello. This man is drunk out of his gourd. He can barely stand, much less speak to you. He reeks of liquor, vomit, and stale urine. Oh my god. We are not going to talk to him. Hive thug, hive thug, hive thug, harlot.
Done.
I think this is the place? Jiheli.
I'm gone.
Oh no. Alright.
Damn.
Oof, that took a giant hit.
Done.
Oh, you
Die.
alley-bred dog.
Man, this is exciting. Alright, nice hit. Oh, look at me, just like, have the dagger raised up after slicing him like that. That's awesome.
Did you see that?
I did. Well done, Mort.
Done.
Bracelet. Another bracelet.
Done.
An earring. That's awesome. Uh-oh. We have more fighting.
Okay.
Since that one thief activated on us, all of his group did.
Blathering
All right,
idiot.
all right.
What? Good as done.
Come on in, fire!
Damn.
See the burning man! He's on fire!
Flies wouldn't even rest on your carcass.
All right.
The burning man right
What's up?
here!
Sure, why not?
This guy's just... Okay, I'm about to say, he's immune to taunting. He's like, nope, call me all the names you want. I will not turn around. A rusty dagger.
All
Just
right.
leave that
What's
there.
the word, Chief?
It's only worth 1
gone.
copper to sell it.
Come on in, Cutter! Come on in, Cutter, you're gonna love this!
You see a thin man with stained clothes, a hooked nose, and 2 stubby horns jutting from his forehead. He is stumbling about and muttering to himself, and stinks of brine, vomit, and cheap wine. Greetings! Eh? The man squints blearily at you. What is it, what? Are you Jedi? If so, Craddock needs you back at the marketplace. I guess we'll assume that he gave us his description. Craddock? The man's eyes widen. Ah, Craddock! The generous boss. You can tell him this. He can pike off! And he's a filthy dog, a cur of the lowest sort, and Jedi's not a-working for him anymore. He jabs you with his finger. You tell him that. I'll tell him from a distance. Farewell.
I feel stronger.
Holy crap, that leveled us. Good, that's awesome. We will totally take this level. Again, we gain no hit points because we didn't hit a new maximum level. We do gain 20 thief points, so let's spend them. So, let's think here. Let's spend 10 on stealth, 5 on open doors, and 5 more to detect traps. Seems good to me. The vines on this building have withered from the heat emanating from within the walls. Oh, wow.
He's on fire! You've got to see it to believe it! The burning man...
Alright, let's see it and believe it. Holy crap, there's a man on fire right in the middle here. Ignis.
What's up? Good as done, yeah?
Can I actually speak with him without burning up? This crackling, billowing creature twists slowly above an iron grill upon the floor of the bar. It may have once been human, but now its skin is charred beyond recognition. Streams of fire form a wreath around the creature's body, and the flames lick at the few remaining pockets of flesh, causing them to bubble and run like wax in the creature's skeletal frame. Wow. Let's examine him. The heat surrounding this creature is incredible. To your surprise, the iron grill from the creature floats above has sagged and bent from the heat. At first you thought the heat came from the grill, but now you realize it emanates from the creature. As you watch, flecks of ash drip from the writhing corpse and float slowly to the ceiling. Greetings? The thing makes no response. It writhes slowly within the flames. It lives, but it does not seem aware of anything other than the fire that surrounds it. Its skin is flame, its heart is flame, and you know, within some shadowed corner of your memory, that this thing is dangerous.
Done.
Oh wow, okay. I must have imprisoned it at some point then. Druislia. This is a woman with fading bruises on her face and arms, and a look of despairing longing in her sunken eyes. She might have been pretty once. Those days were long ago. She turns slowly to face you. Life pours into her features, and the spark of sardonic light that dances in her eyes now makes you wonder if her eyes were deceiving you. Welcome to the Smoldering Corpse, scarred man. Who are you? I'm Drusilla, and you must be clueless. Don't ask me how I know that. It just shines off of you. Shines. Right. Answer me some questions. Traveler. What is it you seek? What can you tell me of this place? Here? This is a smoldering corpse. Though the person smoldering ain't dead yet. He's just keeping himself alive till someone comes along to help him out. Sods who like to see people in pain come here. Fiends like it. Folks who don't much care for being bothered come here too. The name alone keeps out most of the birds. Okay, gotcha. I guess the distraction of seeing a person burning forever, I'm assuming that's what's happening to this Ignis fellow, is just too much for them. Like, it would be distracting for me, that's for sure. Who is he anyway?
Updated my journal.
That despair you saw on her face before flits across it again, like a black-winged shadow before she masters herself. That's Ignis, one of the greatest wizards ever to come out of this slummy excuse for a cesspool. They caught him, and they opened the channel to the plane of fire through him. And now he's just a doorway for it, keeping himself alive by force of will alone. If someone could douse him for a few moments, it'd give him his life back again. But they don't make enough water to do that. What's your connection to him? Her voice practically throbs with a deep ache. I was Ignis's lover, and he, my beloved. He loved the flame more than me, though, and now he has become that flame. And because I love him, I love the flame. But that's all done with now. Now I'll wait for him to douse himself. I sell what little else I have just so I can be near him. Oh wow, she loves him. I have some other questions. Let's see. Actually, I don't. Well, we can ask about Farid, but I kind of already know everything I need to know about him. Let's ask about that anyway. I'm looking for a collector by the name of Farid. Have you seen or heard of him? Farid? The Collector King? You could probably find him in his stinking ilk in the trash horns on the far side of the hive. Good luck in getting any answers from him. It's a sly devil he is. I understand. Farewell.
All right.
Oh, this part. Everyone, there's going to be a lot of talking here.
Huh?
So, I mean, granted, this whole game is talking. I just need to warn you. Candrian Ebcretnes. Alice. And a question mark. You see a soft-looking man with gentle, far-staring eyes. He dresses in supple leather clothing and carries various implements of use and destruction about his body, such as ropes, spikes, tinderboxes, and empty vials of air. He looks half gone, literally. There's an insubstantiality to his existence, as if his essence had been partially leached away. He focuses those eyes on you, and suddenly you find them gripping and determined. Greetings to you, O Seeker. Greetings. He carefully sets down the mug he's holding and gives you all his attention. I have seen the far reaches of the multiverse, and returned to tell the tale. I have walked upon the bodies of the dead gods, and spun moonbeams in the astral ahead of 1,000 shrieking Githyanki nights. I have passed the edges of existence, and watched my essence shiver away before me. What is it I can do for you? I've got questions. Perhaps I have some answers then. Speak, and I shall tell you. Oh, I can tell him about Ingress. That's the girl who's running around who can't leave because she's terrified of every doorway being a portal. Well, we'll get to that. Let's ask about him first. Who are you? I am Kandrian Illborn, traveler, dreamer, tale spinner, and so forth. You are a traveler? Tell me of the plains. I am tired, Seeker, so tired. I am fresh back from negation. I will answer what I can for you, but I cannot promise that you will find satisfaction in the answers I give. What would you know? Would you hear of the outer planes, the prime material, or the inner planes? Well, tell me of the prime material. I think this is where most people are from, by the way. We would be from the prime material. Earth would be, for example, our universe, I believe. He sighs, as if this reminded him of his bone-deep weariness. Think of the inner planes as a globe. On the top pole, you have the positive material plane. On the bottom, you have the negative material. He pauses. Remind me to tell you of the negative. His eyes turn inward, to some private horror. From the interaction between the two springs all the urge for existence and non-existence, death and life, actuality and nothing. From them spring the basic elemental planes like fire, water, air, and earth, and para-elemental planes that lie between the four basic planes. Elements, that is. And the quasi-elemental planes that come from the interaction of those four elements with the positive and negative. Tell me of the negative material plane. His eyes cloud over. I went to the inner planes to discover my true essence. I made the mistake of visiting the negative material plane in order to understand my body's urge to decay and the cycle of death and life. I thought myself protected against the ill effects of this plane with my magic, but I was wrong. The blackness of infinite nothing pressed on my soul, and I was beset by shadows that sought to snuff out my very soul. I lost my way for a time, for an eternity, and nearly lost my existence. I could feel my essence falling away from me, and I am even now half gone. Never will I return. How did you survive?
Updated my journal.
He smiles tightly. With a piece of nothing that held back the nothing. Nothing can stop nothing, you know. And so I carried nothing in my hand to protect me. Do you plan to journey to the ultimate negation yourself? You have this smell of desperation about you. And so I make you this gift. Hold it in your hand when the shadows press in. It should protect you, and your friends somewhat, should they remain close to you. He passes you a small black token that looks as if it has no dimensionality to it at all. Thanks. Tell me more of the planes. What would you know? Tell me of the inner planes. Oh, I already did this. Tell me of the rest of the planes. So tell me of the prime... Oh, I asked about the inner planes first, not the prime material. I apologize. Alright, let's ask about the prime material then. You want to know the prime? Visit it. The boundless worlds of that plane have an infinite variety, as do the planes, but I cannot encapsulate them as I have here. Suffice to say, they are the birth of the outer planes, the children of the inner, and they hold limitless potential within their boundaries. So I believe I could sum this up for you. I think that the prime material would be all the fantasy worlds that you've ever read about, like, is it Dragonlands or Forgotten Realms and what have you. All of them would be this. Tell me more of the planes. Alright, let's ask about the outer planes now. Now, the outer planes. Where should I start? Do you know the cardinal rules of the planes on which all others are based? Do you know about the composition of the outer planes? Do you know of the Great Ring and its divisions in our hearts? Do you know of the individual planes? Each of these leads to the next, and so it's best to start from the beginning. Very well then. Start at the beginning. Tell me of the composition of the planes. The outer planes are created of and by belief and thought and faith. They take their imagined form from the prime material plane, shaped into forms that stagger the imagination, built by the accumulation of belief. Belief creates the planes. Belief is power here. Change belief, and you can change the nature of reality. The creatures that are born here, the plane-born, like the fiends and celestials, are truly born of the thoughts and concepts of mortals. They each express some sort of ideal, and the more powerful the ideal, the more powerful the being. Thus, the being that symbolizes love is one of the strongest of all. Go on. That's why the powers, gods some call them, live out here. This is where all the faith in them comes. This is why they are at their most pure and most strong. Their realms are extensions of their very beings, manifestations of their godly essence. All of it informed by belief. So the composition of the planes is belief. Tell me of the Great Ring now. Among the loose unity of planeswalkers, we conceive of an infinite outer planes as a ring surrounding the plane of ultimate neutrality, the Outlands. The spire atop which Sigil sits is in the center of the Outlands. The further one travels away from the spire, the less neutral the plane grows until it spills into the neighboring planes. Each of these planes pings on the Outlands, spinning themselves into law and chaos, good and evil. The Great Road marks the demarcation between the Outlands and the gate towns that spring up around the gates to these planes. Beyond the gate towns lie the hinterlands, uncharted territory that is lost to history. That loses thought. Danger lies in the hinterlands. Go on. The outer planes differ by morality, not substance. For you, we'll divide the planes into 3 sets: the upper planes of good, the lower planes of evil, and the boundary planes of neutrality. These are then divided further into law and chaos, with the Outlands in the middle. Which of these interest you? Tell me of the upper planes. Let's start with the good peoples. Of the upper planes, there are the neutral planes, the lawful, and the chaotic. What would you know of? Tell me of the neutral first. So this would be lawful, neutral. I guess an example would be someone who always follows the law and doesn't care if it is a good law or a bad law. They just always follow law no matter what. The neutral upper planes contain the Beastlands, a place of neutrality and goodness, with a slight tinge of chaos, where the animals rule in the eternal moon and night. They hold Bitopia, twin paradise of industry and labor, where all work toward the good of all, and Elysium, the sweetest plane of goodness and calm I have ever come across. Alas, right now I am not well enough to enjoy any of their restorative effects. What would you hear of now? Tell me more of this. Oh, I said the neutral planes, didn't I? Yeah, I said the neutral planes. Wow, I'm really messing this up. Alright, so let's... alright. Wow. I'll be right back. Alright, everyone. I've been messing up a lot of the speech, which is why I need to stop and then redo this, because if I'm going to describe the planes incorrectly, I might as well just not record. So let's do this again. So we're going to talk to Kandrian. We're going to ask about who he is. Are you a traveler? Tell me of the outer planes. Tell me of the individual planes. Okay, so we want the upper. And we asked about the neutral, so let's talk about the lawful next. Kandrian gives you a small shudder. I am not the best person to speak of the planes of law, he says, for in its structure and ultimate patterns they impose frighten me. I stay clear of them because I value my individuality more than I value the knowledge they'll bring me. They include regimented Arcadia, nearest of the good planes to the unbending order of Mechanus, and Mount Celestia, home of the Archons, an island in the Silver Sea. Okay then, tell me about the rest of the upper planes. So we asked about the neutral already, correct? We did. Alright, then let's ask about the chaotic planes. These are where I feel at home, though I steer clear of Ysgard. For the most part, the endless battles and tests of metal among the floating earth beings of that plane don't do much for my disposition. Oboria, though, he sighs. The mountains are taller, the air clearer, the rivers purer, and the game larger than anywhere else. It is a true paradise, a place where passions run high, and the wine never ceases to flow. When I have recovered enough of my wits and myself, when we have done with the outer planes, you should ask me of the inner, and I will describe my journey to you. I will return to Oboria's bowers and glades and lose myself for a time. Alright, we already did that. We already asked about the negative material plane. So let's ask more about the rest of the upper planes. Actually, there's nothing else, I suppose. So, this must have been chaotic good, I guess, is what he's talking about. So let's see what's left. So let's ask about, then, the... Let's see, let's go back a few steps to overview. Ask about the outer planes. Ask about individual. Let's ask about the lower planes now. Like the upper planes, the lower planes are divided into lawful, chaotic, and neutral. Each of them varies in terms of horrors, and what those horrors do to a traveler's spirit. All of them are best avoided. Which of them would you like to hear of? Oh, never mind, I am doing this correctly. Okay. So that must have been lawful good, lawful neutral... No, those are the good. So they were lawful good, neutral good, and chaotic good, is what we just heard about. These are the lower planes, those will be evil. So lawful evil, neutral evil, and chaotic evil. So tell me about the neutral plane. So this will be neutral evil, is the combination thereof. Wow, I am such a geek. A dork. The neutral planes, eh? Oh wow, that was a wrong accent. The neutral planes, huh? They're vile and barely understandable. Understandable, just like my speech. And they're more insidious on their own than you could ever imagine. Take Gehenna, for example. 4 volcanoes and stages of dormancy floating in an infinite void. Each of them somehow alive, and each of them wanting your soul by whatever means they can get it. Populated with Yugoloths, the worst of the fiends in my opinion, and you've got the place. The plane of ultimate evil, at least that's what they call it, is the Grey Waste. A no place that drains color from your body and spirit, stealing away even your apathy. And it's the site of the worst battlegrounds in the war down there. Don't get me started. Then you've got the Carceri on the chaotic side. So I just realized that each of these individual areas, so like we have lawful good, neutral good, and chaotic good, there must be 3 different places in each of these that must embody some aspect even thereof. So I guess this is like, we have Gehenna and Carceri, and there must be another place down there too. Tell me about the war. Aye, the Blood War. At the name, your blood feels as if it freezes in your veins. Ilborn doesn't seem to notice, wrapped up as he is in his memories. 2 armies of fiends smashing together pointlessly across the lower plains, slaughtering mindlessly in the name of law and chaos. They'll aggrandize it, of course, but in the end, it's about hate and stupid endeavor that aids no one and harms far too many. Tell me about Carceri. Carceri and its poisonous jungles, acid swamps, destructive waters, strung like a string of rotten pearls nestled within one another. He pauses, looks at you carefully, again fixing you in place with his eyes. Remember this, Seeker. Carceri is a prison, home to the Gelraths, one of the most dangerous types of fiends there is. The strength of the prison is the strength of the captor, as strong as the prisoner lets it be. Destroy the prison keeper, and the body can escape the red prison. There is almost no other way out, not when the gates close themselves against you and watch you spin off into the vast space surrounding the orbs. Be wary of Carceri, traveler, for its bonds can be greater than flesh. I think that's a hint that we're going there at some point. I think it's a hint we're going there at some point. Again, at the very prep, I have not ever been anyplace else but this city. So if we go to Outer Plains, I'm looking forward to that. Tell me of the rest of the lower planes.
Updated my journal.
Oh, that was even added to our journal. Alright, so probably gonna happen. Tell me of the chaotic planes. The Abyss isn't someplace you should consider going. Where Baitor's all orderly, the Abyss is full of chaos and change, and none of it's pleasant. When it becomes something that approximates normality, that's when you should be most wary of it. It's home to the Tanari, what most primes call demons, and they've got that name for a reason. They are unpredictable and murderous, and the few you can trust are few and far between. The few I have met who'd I trust, I still don't trust entirely. They are creatures of chaos and evil incarnate. And if they're putting on a friendly face, who's to say it's not part of a larger agenda? So, a thing to remember about this is that these creatures, it's not like a human where we can be whatever, you can be good people or bad people. For the most part, I would imagine for the vast majority of this case, Tanari are evil through and through. And that's why he doesn't even trust even the ones he does somewhat trust. Tell me of the lower planes. We want to hear about the lawful planes. As much as I detest the order of the lawful upper planes, at least they present a modicum of goodness. Modicum? Their lower planar counterparts, though. Archon's a place of rick-rocketing cubes that never see an end to battle, swarming with the souls of dead humanoids. Baator, he shivers involuntarily. Baator is a place best avoided. Those Batuzu, the fiends in the corner there, are but the merest expression of the deviant corruption embodied in that soulless machine of order. If you want more, talk to them. But remember, all that is bad about bureaucracy and order originates from Baator, and it spreads like a stain across the hearts of mortals. Though there is some knowledge to be found there, it is rarely worth the spiritual rape of the plane inflicts. I agree entirely. Tell me of some other planes. I would know of the boundary planes. There are two boundary planes to my mind, and they are diametrically opposed. One of them, Mechanus, is the very essence of law, a place where beliefs fit together, interlocking, turning, in a massive machine that is the entire plane. Some folks have it that the gears of the Mechanus are the engine that drives the planes. The other plane is Limbo, a swirling morass of chaos that follows no rules, none, and just when a body thinks he's classified its behavior, it goes and changes it on him. Or it doesn't. You just can't tell. I was in Limbo not too long ago. Oh, tell me about your journey. He closes his eyes, remembering. I had a Githrazai guide with me, an Anarch who could shape the illogical matter of the planes into forms of his desire. We had fought off the harrying of the Saladi, the chaos creatures who call that plane home. I think the Saladi are like giant frogs with claws that walk on two legs. It's been a while since I've looked at my 2nd edition Outer Planes manual. I don't even know if I still have it. It seemed there were more than usual, but then one can never tell what's usual in Limbo. But I digress. In the midst of all this chaos, we came across a series of huge metal interlocking cubes, like some sort of puzzle box. It wasn't something we had shaped, consciously or not, and we couldn't find a way inside. It was like a bastion of order within the confines of disorder, a seed of law. That is the best I can explain it. Alright, tell me more.
Updated my journal.
Oh wow, we get that on our journal. Maybe we're going there then too. Tell me of the Outlands. The Outlands are absolute neutrality. Probably the best place for a body to visit in the Outer Planes, outside of Sigil, if you don't want to have the plane's morality forced into your heart. Everything balances out in the Outlands, as it should be for all the planes that sit at the center of the Outer Planes. Powers' realms are scattered about here, and there are handfuls of gate towns that open into the rest of the Outer Planes. And the gate towns usually mirror the philosophy of the plane their gates open onto. And if the balance of belief isn't kept in the town slips into the nearby plane. It's a bad situation for everyone, because few of the folks in the towns really want that change. But enough of the Outlands. What more would you know of? I had some other questions. Oh, perhaps I have some answers. What are you doing here? I am fresh back from negation, and I am trying to restore my essence before it slips away from me altogether. Alright, we already did this. Some other questions. Actually, maybe we didn't. Let's ask about negation. Yeah, we did. We did that already. Okay, so let's ask another question. What is this place? Unless the cosmos has shifted, or we have been spun into the mazes, I would say that we're in the Smoldering Corpse Tavern. Mazes, what do you mean? Aye, the mazes, where the lady dumps those who've displeased her. He makes a small semicircle over his heart as he speaks the lady's name. If you know more of the lady and the city, find a tout or some other such guy. Yeah, not even he will talk about the lady. It's bad to talk about her. Very well, I had some other questions. Do you know a collector named Farad? Farad grew up to be a collector. How long ago was this? When I set out last, he was but an officious stripling in one of the upper wards. Heh. Time does change some people. No, Seeker. I don't know Farad anymore. I'm willing to bet. Canadrian, I met a woman named Ingress with very bad teeth. These were the teeth that were like moving around inside her mouth. She said she had come through a portal from some world that was opened by a tune hummed near two cross streets. Trees, that is. Can you get her home? He pauses briefly, thinking. I know the portal of which you speak, though I have not traveled it these 30 years gone. I will take her home, Seeker. Go tell her to await my arrival. Then meet me back here, and I will tell you if I was successful or not. Thanks. Farewell.
Updated my journal.
Everyone, wow, I'm going to take a
Done.
break. My voice is hoarse from talking. When we come back, we'll explore more of this tavern. I will see you guys then. Thank you for watching.